Hey guys, Artist Tamari here with another vlog. Today I wanted to talk about utilizing your resources. I lived abroad for like 7 years. I lived outside of the States. I grew up here, I was born and raised, but I always knew that I would travel. When I got my opportunity, I totally jumped on it. I loved living abroad. I loved the experience, the challenges it gave me. One of the things that I noticed right away was the amount or lack of resources that were available compared to what I was used to growing up in a place like the States, especially Washington State. We have so many things here that are available to us for free or whatever that we just don't utilize for whatever reason. And when we don't utilize those things, it means that they're going to go away because their whole purpose is to help people. They do funding, they do fundraising, they have funding available to help people, these different organizations. That's where a non-for-profit business is, because they're non-for-profit. They're not in the business to try to make money. So I am definitely an advocate for utilizing your resources, whatever resources are available within your community. And if you live within the States or even Canada or most like modern or developed countries, you probably have a lot more resources available to you for free or little to no cost than you even realize. I know that's been the case for me. I grew up, the type of person that used the library and different things that were available to me, and I definitely still do to this day. So I think that's, I would have those ideas in mind, but I never was a person who really used the resources that were available within my community when I was younger, before I had moved out of the States. I don't really know why, I don't know if as Americans sometimes we have these stigmas, or we feel like people are going to judge us or something if we're using free resources, but these things are there to be used, so like I said, I always was an avid fan of the library. I think that the library is something that everybody can utilize for one reason or another, even if you're not a reader. There's DVDs, there's music available. If you're a person that is interested in music, you want to pursue music, or you want to know how to make beats, or you just want to know different types of music, maybe you write rhymes, maybe you write songs, whatever, you can go to the library and get access to decades of free music. They have CDs, they have different things, and I know some of these things are available nowadays. They say everything's available online, but there is a difference when you are able to look at the jacket of a CD and look at who produced it and all this different information and just have that experience. There's DVDs. You can, use the computer and the printer. They have different workshops. That's, I'm the type of person that when I'm interested in something, I usually kind of just do a bunch of research on my own and really delve in deep to get as much knowledge as I can so I can make an educated decision. And the way that I've done that the most is by getting information from the library. I grew up reading. I'm an avid reader. Like I said, I like to do research and stuff like that. So anytime that I'm learning something new or want to learn something, so many things, the first place that I go is the library. I use it for different painting techniques I've got books on. I've used it to get books about business, online business, sales, marketing, customer service, so many different things that maybe you're not as knowledgeable in, you don't know anybody that you can really ask these questions to. You can do this research on your own, and there's so much more research than what is just online. There's whole entire books dedicated to one subject, so it really delves deep. And although some of this information is from a long time ago, things always cycle back, so that information is still going to be useful today. But that's just one of the many services and resources that are available. Where I live in Las Vegas, they also have different days at different libraries and stuff where they give away free produce. And that's free fruits and vegetables. I've never utilized that service, but I saw it on the board. When I've gone to the library, they always have some kind of community board, and it will have different events that are going on or different things that are coming up. People can post stuff up there. And I always stop and look at that. That's a great place to kind of look and see what's going on within your community. Even if you're like new to a city or you're not really sure what's going on and you're trying to network and meet people, you can go and find out these different free classes. I mean, they're almost always free, or these free things that they have going on, and come join them. So they offer like free produce on a couple different days of the week around here. There's always the food bank. Like, I don't know about here, but in Olympia, the top bakeries, the little farmers markets, and different things like that, those were the people that were donating to the food banks. It wasn't just like disgusting, rotten food. I was so shocked. I never personally used that service either, but I knew friends and family that were, and I was blown away at the great stuff that they were getting. But not even just those type of services. I just came today from a free mentorship program. I came across this program totally randomly. I was actually searching for a class. I wanted to register for a free class that they were offering to talk to a lawyer. That's another service that they offer through the library. Go and talk to a lawyer. So I went to try to register for this class, and the first thing that popped up on the page was like, do you want to be mentored? And I have been looking for some type of mentorship in small business ownership and starting a small business. Although I get books and I talk to as many people as I can, I get as much information, I'm always looking for more ways to expand my knowledge and my understanding. So I was like, yeah, I looked into it, I signed up. They emailed me right away. They set up an appointment and a time. It was like less than a week away. I went in, and it was really, really, really like dope that they had that available. I thought it was so amazing that I could go and talk to someone, run my ideas across, get ideas from them. So it's through this place. It's like a business or a nonprofit organization called SCORE, and I think they're nationwide. So if you live in the States, check them out. They might be in your city or town. But they offer all these different services for free businesses, and all these different workshops, and all these different classes, and just so many things that I would not have ever known. I mean, I've been doing the small business thing now for 2 years, and I did not know that this was available. When I found it, I was just like, it has to be too good to be true. That's kind of how I went into it. How I went into it thinking. And I was like prepared for anything, kind of skeptical, like maybe they're going to try to still sell me something, I mean, you just never know with these things. But I went in with an open mind and was like, even if they are, whatever, I'm not trying to buy it, and maybe I'll get some information. It turned out to be totally legit. And this gentleman had been doing this for so long. He explained the business. He explained, or the organization. He explained like what their whole thing was, what they're doing. He asked me why I was there, what I needed help with. I explained to him. And then he gave me some really solid advice and information. He also validated a lot of the things that I had kind of come up with myself, but he totally validated those things to let me understand like I was on the right track. I was headed in the right direction. I can go back. I set up an appointment for a month later, so I can kind of go back and see if there's any other questions that I have, or maybe I've made some progress by then, just kind of see what that looks like. But this is what I'm talking about. These types of things are available to all of us. We just maybe aren't aware. Nobody's told us, or we haven't come across it yet. So there's a lot of different ways that you can find these different organizations. I mean, I know when I was in Washington, there were places that gave away free furniture and just so many different things. In a land where we think every single thing has a price tag on it and everything costs, it's really dope to know that there's still free services and free things available within our community that are actually helpful and actually, will benefit you. They have something here in Las Vegas called the Urban League. And that's a place where you can go and get help writing your resume, creating a professional resume, create a professional portfolio. You can get entrepreneurial or business type advice. They will help you try to find a better job, and it's totally free. You just go there and utilize the services. And the important part of it is if you don't utilize these services, then they get rid of the programs because it's set up to be used. So you don't have to feel any kind of way. Like that's what it's meant to be. You should feel blessed and like so appreciative. That's how I go into it feeling. I go into it being like, oh my God, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for this information. I sincerely appreciate it because any little piece is like another tiny little piece to the puzzle and another piece to the puzzle. And when you're trying to do something really big on your own, you need as much help and as much advice and as much mentoring and all those things as what's available to you. All those things are just going to help you. They're just going to fuel you. You know, I've been getting into more public arts things that they have going on here in the city and the state. And you know, even with that, they had something that was coming up and they offered a workshop to come in, sit down and ask questions and find out exactly how they wanted you to apply. They were telling you basically like what they were looking for, not how to design the program or how to do your proposal, but how they wanted you to present it to them so that they would actually read it and submit it, which is like so hard when you're submitting and submitting and submitting. I'm submitting so many things. I'm submitting so many proposals. I'm applying to different things all the time. And without any feedback, you just get sometimes, sometimes I get accepted, but sometimes I just get, we decide to go with somebody else or whatever kind of generic thing. And you have no feedback. You don't know why. You don't know what happened. So when they provided this workshop, I jumped on it. I was like, what? Most definitely. Like they're going to let me sit down and ask them questions. I'm definitely take advantage of this. So I went to the workshop and there was 3 mofos up in there, like 3 people showed up. They had taken their time out. So even in that situation, I was so appreciative to the gentleman who was doing the class. I mean, this is someone who makes some of these decisions. This is someone who is going to be looking at this stuff and helping to decide who gets in and who gets out. And I got to sit down one-on-one or 1-on-3 and ask him direct questions about what they're looking for and how to present it in a way that's at least going to get the attention that it deserves. And that to me is so dope. It helps me. Why wouldn't I take advantage of that? So to all you artists, musicians, different people out there like that who are trying to find your way and you're trying to create this dream that you have, utilize the resources that are around you. Like I said, there's probably so many more than you even realize are available. And even if you don't live in a big city, you live in a small town, they still have the library. They still have different things available. And at the library, you're going to find out different stuff that's going on within the community. You can start to network. From there, you meet more people, your circle grows. These people don't have to become your friends. They're people that you know for your business, for your dream, to help create your dream. So you do these things because you know that it's another little piece to the puzzle. You know it's going to add to like what you're trying to do, the greater goal, the greater vision. And we're so blessed, like I keep saying, we're just so blessed to have these things available. We're truly more fortunate than some people that in developing countries and whatnot that do not have so many resources available to them. And to not take advantage of it is just silly. So I say jump on it, whatever free classes, workshops. I mean, they have free yoga. They have meditation. I'm going to go to a meditation and group healing thing coming up. Like so many things. And it's all just through the community. Vegas, you think, is such a crazy city and, filled with all this crazy stuff and people coming and going. But really, there's this amazing community where so many things are offered. You just have to be able to be willing to partake in it, get out of your comfort zone and go there and do it. And you'll see like it's so dope. So that's my little piece for today. Utilize your resources, utilize what's around you, go out and find it. I found that mentorship program because I was looking for something else, but I was looking. So if you have any questions or whatever, always buzz me.